Hi. My daughter found my phone for me. It was inside of a book. Oh my God, I would have never found it. So sorry for the delay. They're calling you and it's buzzing my phone. Buzzing my phone, like, even though my notifications are off. It's repetitive. Hi, okay, Mom's here, Pat and Bob, Sharon. I'm glad you guys made it. And Anne, hi Anne. Okay, so sorry about the delay getting started. I don't know if you guys have ever heard my music in the background in some of the live videos. I don't do it very often, but I had almost like just some instrumental stuff on for the New Year's practice. And I got this warning that Facebook was gonna like shut down that video because of the music in the background. Isn't that nuts? I think it's kind of nuts. Oh, Frozen. Am I frozen to anyone else? Or somebody comment and let me know everything looks pretty good. No, I'm not frozen. Okay, cool. All right, well, we're gonna be getting started, it looks like at about 9:40, so I'm going to end around 10:10. Hopefully nobody has plans. Okay, looks and sounds good. We are gonna start kneeling, okay? So you're just gonna sit down on your heels. And if you have kind of bad knees, that might be uncomfortable for you, and you have a lot of options to kneel. You can take a folded up blanket like this, and you place the folded edge, not the open side, right behind your knees, and try kneeling like that. This is actually very therapeutic for the knees. Ironically, when you have knee pain, kneeling in a kneeling posture, but it does heal the knees over time. But this bit of blanket creates more space for the knee joint, and you can sit kneeling. You could even come up onto something higher, like a pillow or a cushion, and start like this, okay? If you're fine without props, we're just gonna sit on the heels just for about a minute, and then we'll start moving a bit. So wherever you are, we're gonna inhale and lengthen up through the crown of the head. And you're gonna exhale and consciously drop activity out of the mind down into the heart space. Inhale and feel as though the heart is lifting and expanding. And exhale, allow yourself to feel the weight of your low body in a way that is grounding down toward the earth. Expanding the breath a bit, inhale and allow your ribs to open. And as you exhale, soften the muscles of your face and the corners of your eyes. Begin lengthening out your breath, lengthening the spine by creating space between the tailbone and the crown of your head, softening all of the outer skin, to help you come into the space of your practice. Come into the body and remove yourself from kind of the external noise and chatter around you so that you can move inward where there's more stillness, a bit more quiet. We're going to draw the palms together in front of the heart. Feel the bottom of your shoulder blade gently roll in and up, like the heart wants to blossom up in front. If you would like to set an intention or say a prayer, just breathe a little deeper. Take that opportunity now. One more deep inhale, lifting the top of the chest. As you exhale, bow the face down. Then lower your hands down to your thighs, then onto the hips, and we're going to come up onto the shins. You can move your cushion or blanket out to the side, and you're going to step 1 foot forward. Now, if you need some padding, you might still have a blanket close by. You can pad underneath this grounded knee. Hands are on the hips. We're going to inhale and look up and open the chest and spread the collarbones wide. And as you exhale, let your hips come down and forward. Inhale, stack your back hip over the back knee. Exhale, hinge your hips down and forward. And again. We're going to go through 5 rounds. So linking the movement to your breath is a nice thing to do. 5th one, hips are down and forward. We're going to inhale and lift the arms alongside your ears, spinning your pinkies toward the midline of your body, gazing slightly up. As you inhale, extend boldly through the fingertips. As you exhale, feel how the feet ground down into the mat. Inhale, stack that back hip over the knee. Exhale, arms like an airplane, and twist toward your front leg. If you turn your palms face up, that kind of opens the chest just a little bit more. Inhale, lengthen the back of your neck, and exhale, twist those ribs a little bit more around the spine. Then inhale, look forward, arms by the ears. Exhale, hips down toward the front heel, eyes up. And then we're going to stack the back hip over the knee, lower your hands to the hips, bring your front leg back, opposite foot forward. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hips down and forward. Inhale, stacking your back hip right over the knee. Exhale. 3 more times, moving with your breath. After that 5th round, hips are down and forward. Inhale, lift the arms, pinky to the midline. Draw space between your floating ribs and the head of your hip bones. And exhale, feel the presence of the sole of the front foot and the top of your back foot on your mat. With an inhalation, stack your back hip over the knee. Exhale, arms airplane, and twist toward the front leg. Try folding your palms face up and then face down. And just kind of become aware of how that affects the top of the chest and the shoulders. Inhale, spin your chest forward, arms up. Exhale, hips down. And then stack your back hip. Lower hands to your hips, bring that knee back, and switch sides once again. We're going to hinge the hips down and forward, and you're going to take your outside hand next to that front leg toward the floor, or you can keep it on your hip. We're doing a bit of a lateral stretch in the spine, so kind of going sideways. If your hand comes down to the mat, Go ahead and let the fingertips drop and lean over, feeling that stretch all the way up the front of your back thigh, hip flexor, psoas, ribs, opening the lung. And then you can allow this hand to swing down toward your front foot. We're going to straighten the front leg, lifting the toes. Hands can walk back so you're comfortable. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, chin toward the shin. Not that we want the chin on the shin, but it helps us to keep the front of the spine extended. If you have that visual of the chin lengthening out, then you can relax the weight of the head. Breathe into the back body. Breathe into the hamstring in front. Inhale, lift your face. Bend the front knee. Hips come down and forward. Now you're going to walk your front foot out toward the edge of your mat and forward 2 or 3 inches. So your ankle is in front of your knee. This other you can allow the big toe mound to come off of the mat, or you can ground it down. And now inhale, look forward, and then we're going to bring this foot back to the center of the mat, and let's lift this other arm up. This front hand, slide it to the front of your knee. Take this hand, and if possible with your fingers facing up, place it on the back of your low back and kind of the top of the buttocks. Turn to the side so you can see what I mean. Okay, so the elbow is reaching back, your shoulders rolling back, and eventually we straighten this front arm and we're coming into a back bend. Keep breathing. Then we're going to look forward. You're going to scoop your belly in and up as you bring this back leg and you match your knees in front. Switching sides, other foot forward. Exhale. Hinge the hips forward. Take the hand next to the bent knee in front, that leg side, either on your hip or on the floor. Other arm up, and we're laterally lengthening the spine over to the side. We might even lean back a touch. Breathe pretty natural here. Exhale, let this hand come down next to the foot in front, and then straighten the front leg. Walk your hands back with you for balance. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, chin toward the shin. We're lengthening the front body, and then exhale and relax the back body. Drop the weight of your head. Inhale, look up, flatten your front foot, hips down and forward, and then we're going to walk that foot over to the edge of the mat, heel 2 inches in front of the knee, and then lean that hand into the knee, opening up that hip, and you're grounded on the fingertips down here, or you're flat on the palm, and we're twisting the chest. And then let's look down or forward. Bring that knee back in. Walk it toward the midline of your mat. And then we're going to pick up the hand. Take your fingertips face up on your low back, kind of at the top of your buttocks. And then as your hips are down and forward, you take the hand on the same side as the bent knee in front and start to lengthen it toward the knee, straightening the arm. Eventually, it can be bent. And leaning back, open the chest. Inhale, look forward, and then scoop the belly, bring that front knee back. Other side forward, hips down and forward, and then back up. We're taking some fresh blood to that hip joint again. Hamstring stretch, lift your front toes and hinge with your hip bones and your navel and your chest and your chin. And if you need those hands down for balance, use them. When you get pretty far over, you might want to release them and drop the weight of the head. Inhale, look up, and we're gonna flatten the front foot and you're gonna twist. Now, I'm not walking the knee out or the foot out to the side here. We're just holding the top of the thigh, looking back behind you now. So the twist is a little deeper in the spine. And if you have the flexibility to pick up your back foot, you can grab that foot and bring the heel in as you twist. Focus on your breath. Whatever position you're in, enhance the experience by enhancing the breath. Then we're going to look down toward the mat, straighten your front leg, and bow over the leg. Now we're going to look up. We're coming into pigeon pose. So you're going to walk your foot toward the opposite side of your mat. You're bringing your ankle back. Your knee is going to come forward, like you want to center your knee toward the center of the front of your mat. And you're walking your back leg behind you, squaring your hips forward. And if this outer hip does not touch the floor, you've got to bring the floor up to you with a pad, some kind. Push into the fingers and roll the shoulders back. Feel the inhalation and then allow the exhalation to lower your chest and your face and your forehead down to the mat or a block or a pillow. Create space between your ribs as you're breathing. Not only the front ribs, but your side ribs and the back side of the ribs. Inhale, begin to lift your face, walk your hands up, take this back leg, bring it around, and place your ankle on the inside of the front knee. Grab the other front top knee with the other hand. Then this back hand goes behind you for support, and we're twisting toward that top bent knee. Listen for and even count 3 to 5 rounds of breath. Opening your abdomen when you inhale, drawing it back as you exhale. Push into that back hand so that the spine is coming in and up, and push into your hand and knee connection or elbow-knee connection to deepen your twist. Inhale, look forward. And then exhale, unwind your chest. Now, either come into a seated cross leg like this, or stack that top ankle over that bottom knee so you're in fire log. Broaden your arms out to the sides, and you're gonna hinge away from the top leg. So whatever leg you have on top, you're gonna hinge in the other direction. Stacking the wrist over the shoulder, dropping the shoulder from the ear, and then release your head. Rolling your chin slightly up and down. Then inhale, come up, twist toward your top leg. Same direction as the last time. How much space can you create between the tip of the tailbone and the crown of the head? And how open can you expand your rib cage and the lungs underneath by enhancing the movement of your breath? Inhale, look forward. Exhale, square your ribs and your shoulders, and you're gonna hinge forward. You're gonna walk the hands out in front. Your hip is gonna tell you how deep you can go. But wherever you are, ideally, we wanna keep this space in front open, and you wanna drop the shoulders away from the ears. So as you're listening to your own body, discovering kind of how deep you can fold forward today, a good kind of measurement is observing the shoulders and the chest. So if the shoulders come up and your chest collapses and you're rounding, then you have to just back it up a notch so that everything opens back up. And that's how you are changing the structure, kind of the bone structure in the body, right? We're really asking the hips to open and allow the low back to fold rather than straining to get the face down. Now, inhale, slowly sit tall. And then we're gonna uncross the legs, cross the ankles, and you're gonna just come back to that kneeling position to switch sides. So now the other foot steps forward, and we're gonna lunge those hips down and forward. And we're twisting again toward that front leg side. So other hand comes down, this hand's on the top of your thigh, and you look back over the shoulder. And if you can catch your back foot, go ahead and do that. So you're opening the quadricep. And if you can't, it's no big deal. And we're gonna look down toward the front big toe. We're gonna straighten the front leg, lift the toes, lift the heart. Exhale, bowing over the leg. Breathing into the back side of the ribs. Inhale, lift your face, coming into pigeon pose. Take this ankle back to the other side edge of your mat. Knee is gonna come forward. Back thigh walks back behind you, so you square your hips. Pad underneath this hip if it's not touching the floor. Push into the fingers. Roll the bottom of the scapula in and up. Release down toward the floor with an exhalation, supporting your forehead on something. One more breath. Inhale, begin to lift the face, walk the hands back, bring your back leg around, stack your ankle to the inner knee, grab that knee with the opposite hand, and then other hand is behind you to support your back. So you sit nice and tall, and you're hugging that knee toward the midline with the hand or the outer elbow, looking back over the back shoulder. Breathing the belly into the thigh when you inhale, and bringing the belly away from the thigh as you exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, square your chest forward. And then you either come to a seated cross leg or fire log, stacking ankle over knee, knee over ankle. Open your arms wide and you're hinging away from your top knee. Inhale, come up, and exhale, twist toward the top knee. growing taller with your inhalations, twisting deeply with your exhalations. Inhale, look forward, square your ribs and shoulders, and you're going to hinge first with your hip bones, head of your hip bones. I kind of take mine and physically encourage them to roll forward. Keep a little space between the floating ribs and your navel at first, so you stay nice and long and open in your upper body. And then just tune into your own kind of inner teacher to discover how deeply you want to forward fold in a way that you can breathe with ease, keeping the heart open, your face soft, your jaw relaxed. And inhale, sit tall, unwind your legs. And then we're going to bring the knees together, the ankles together, and you're going to hug on the front or the back of the knees and pick up your feet and lift that spine in and up. And then shin bones parallel to the floor. Squeeze those thighs and ribs toward each other. Keep them nice and tight, and then open your arms out to the sides. Extend through your legs, engaging your quadriceps more boldly than you think you have to use your ab muscles. Use your thigh muscles to straighten your legs. Gazing between the toes. We're still breathing. And then Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. Knees wide, feet together. Nice broad chest. And again, the hinge is at the hip bones. They're rolling forward. Space between the ribs and the navel. Broad through the collar, down your back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, knees together. And we're going to take our big toes. And if you can't reach your big toes, which you can see my arms are on the outside of the legs. If you can't reach your big toes, try to grab the outside edges of your feet. And then we're going to sit back, balancing on the sit bones again. Okay? Now again, if you can't grab your feet, it's not a big deal. You could even hold the outside edges of your calves. Kind of figure that out as we lift the legs. Lift the feet, straighten your legs. Now, whatever you're holding, whether it's the outside edge of your calves, your feet, or your toes, tug on that to lift your chest and roll the shoulders back. Feel how those collarbones broaden. Yes. Keep lifting through the heart area, the crown of your head, grounding your thigh bones toward the hamstrings. Awesome. And let's go right into Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of your feet together. Open your chest. Exhale, forward fold. One full breath. Inhale, come back up. I'm going to keep holding the toes and go into a straddle. You can hold the outside edges of your feet. You can hold your calves. Right? You can just watch. Lift the chest. Bring those shoulder blades down. Deepen your breath. And now Baddha Konasana. Cobbler's pose. Lift the chest. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale, sit tall. We're going to come onto our backs. You can come down through Navasana. You can do it with bent knees or straight legs, and you slowly lower down to the floor. Relaxing back for a moment. Now we're gonna plant our feet together on the mat. Knees and thighs are together. Palms are face down by the hips. Now, notice your thigh bones are parallel to each other, okay? We're gonna keep it that way as we lift the hips, right? Thigh bones are parallel. Keep them parallel as you extend one leg straight out. So a lot of times when I watch people do this and I say that, their leg goes up here. But you want the femur bones, thigh bones parallel, and we're pulsing the hips up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Plant that foot, extend the other one, thigh bones stay parallel, pulse your hips up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plant your foot, slowly take those hips down, cross one leg over the other. Maybe you even grab one ankle behind the other, and then arms are out wide. Now whatever leg is on top, notice that, and shift your hips over to that direction about 1 inch or 1.5 inches, and then let your knees fold to the other side. Ideally, the shoulder blades both are on the floor, but if one side lifts a little, it's okay. Getting a nice deep twist through the whole abdominal area, your spine. Inhale, bring your knees back to the center, and then unwind your legs. Take your hips back to the center line, cross the other leg on top, wrap the ankle if possible, and then whatever leg is on top, you're moving your hips. You got to pick them up and move them over to that side about 1 inch, 1.5 inches. Let your knees fold in the opposite direction. Smooth out your breath. Inhale, draw the knees back to the center, unwind your legs, square your hips on your center line, and then we'll extend the legs straight out for Shavasana. If you straighten your legs and you have any pinching in your low back or the back of in your sacrum, then plant your feet and rest your knees together and place your hands on your abdomen. If your low back is fine, extend your legs, turn your palms face up, close down the eyes. And allow yourself to drop right into that inner place of stillness. All of the things that you need to do or you want to do will be there in a few minutes. They'll be waiting. For now, consciously practice being rather than doing. All effort subsides. All strain releases. And we are present in our space, in our minds, body, and spirit. A sense of oneness as you relax in Shavasana. you take your next breath, allow the corners of your mouth to gently lift. Draw your knees up when you're ready and roll to one side. Make your way up to a seated position. Palms together in front of the heart. I honor the place in you where there is truth and light and peace. And when you are in that place in you and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. And thank you. Happy New Year, everybody. I'm going to be live again on Wednesday, same time. Well, hopefully 9:30 for 30 minutes and try to build up our library with some more 30-minute sessions for everybody who's been requesting that. So I hope you guys have a great day and I hope to see you on Wednesday. Thanks again. Bye.